coaches. Marcus, is that about as hard as you guys can play in a game?
I think for stretches, yeah. I mean, I think there was still some points that we just can't get down. When they went on their runs, I don't think we were playing that hard. They were getting offensive boards, but I think that we showed a glimpse of what we could be.
Just it's nice to see the basket go in, but because how were you guys able to get so many open looks tonight against Norfolk State?
On our drives, they were really collapsing. So we really focused on not taking the contested two at the rim, but the kick out. And when it's step-in threes that are uncontested, like that's a practice shot. Like that's what we do in practice, so we're going to hit those shots at a high clip.
Is this a team that can shoot almost 50% from the arc?
Yeah, they got two. Bryant and Bishop were their main shooters, and they really. It is Bryant's Bishop. Oh, you talking about us?
Yeah, I mean you guys.
Oh.
Are you a team? I mean.
Yeah. I mean, if you could just like sit in the gym for a day and see how many people come in and out getting extra shots up, like it's nothing I've ever seen before, nothing I've ever been a part of. And there's a reason why we shot good is because we were getting in the gym.
After losing 5 of the last 6 games, how important is a win like this at home for your confidence to get rolling before conference starts?
Yeah, it's a big win. I mean, whenever you're in front of your home fans, you wanna play well for them. You want them to make coming out worthwhile for them. And to get this, and then hopefully build on it, it would be great to this is kind of the point in the season where we want to start clicking. So it would be great for us.
Defensively, Trent took a charge, Lance took a charge, and you guys got a lot of the loose balls.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just feel like you were just dialed in defensively and going for the scrappy plays today?
Yeah, that's always been an emphasis of Coach Mullins. I mean, like everyone knows the floor burned you when he played, how gritty they were, and our goal was to take 3 or 4 charges this game, and we took 4. So there's a reason we were taking charges because it was fresh in our minds what we were trying to do.
You didn't miss a lot of shots, but you guys were able to out-rebound them. What was the biggest challenge there, blocking out their guards?
Yeah, I mean, they crash hard, and every day in practice we do a rebounding drill because we've been getting beat up on the glass, and we don't want that to happen. We just can't let that happen. So it's been an emphasis for us for a while now.
Did you feel like you're better against their zone?
Yeah, I think so. We put in a couple of sets, like specifically for their zone that we knew would be open, and they worked.
Any other questions for Marcus?
How's it feel to get the win today, Marcus? The win going into the weekend?
Yeah, it feels great to get the win. I mean, now we have high spirits going on, and I mean, that's just good for us. And then I wanted to say, with the military appreciation, I just wanted to thank them. They came in and they gave out this hat that they signed, and we were, as Southern Illinois basketball, we're just really thankful for all that they do, and we appreciate them coming out, and we're glad to get this win for them.
He won't say it, but it was for the MVP of the game, so it's his.
Was it the Wounded Warriors that signed it, or who came in?
It was a mixed group of.
It was everyone from the military that had come together from was it the 101st Airborne?
Yeah. And
they all signed this hat.
Yeah, they gave us a flag and this hat, and yeah, we're just really thankful for everything that they do for us.
Thanks, Marcus. Thanks, Marcus.
Trent, how did it feel to see the ball go in today? A lot of your shots today.
I mean, there's no better feeling. When you play basketball, as much as people around here do, when you go through a shooting slump, and you work so hard at it, and you put so many extra hours in the gym, just like you said, everyone coming in all the time. You know there's going to be a game where everything's going to start coming. You just wait for it, but our spacing was really good tonight, so it just gave you an extra second or two to get your shot ready and really let it go.
A really quick shot. Could you feel the release was different for you, or can you actually know?
I mean, I felt like the game starts to slow down kind of every game that we've gone on, but it was really just my teammates had really good passes, and they were moving the ball around, they were getting into the paint and kicking out. And so that's just exactly like what Mark has said. Those are practice shots. Those are what we work on every single day.
So the game slows down for you when you find out what you're supposed to do and have it in your mind
Mhm.
on offense and defense.
Absolutely.
Right. So 4 steals, are you going to be taking over for Aaron as the defensive stopper?
I mean, obviously, I'd like to. I'm going to give him my all every single game to do so. But people have to step up every single night. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way. When another teammate gets a deflection, you actually end up getting the steal. And, I mean, you just have to keep playing your defense every single possession.
You talk about Marcus had a big night, the double-double. You had a career high. Lance had a career high. You mentioned the game slowing down for you a little bit. Is it just a matter of the three of you just getting more comfortable on the floor?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's obviously, I love playing with those two. We all have our different kind of niches on the floor, and we are really starting to figure out where each other want to be. And when we push the ball and we're running and we're spaced, we can have a lot of fun.
Are you happy with where you're at right now?
I am. I mean, obviously, you always want to progress. You always want to continue to do this. This is just one game of, well, I was 3 for 5. Obviously, I'd like to be 5 for 5. But you just have to string them together. And team-wise, obviously, we got 1 win and we need 1 more this week.
He always talks about he wants you to make a decision in like half a second.
Mhm.
You guys look like you're a little bit better at that. Is your vision improving with the system, or how are you, I guess, adjusting to it?
Yeah, obviously repetition helps, and he wants everything 0.5. When you swing the ball, if you have one decision to make, you know where you're supposed to go, and then you can pass it off, and then they'll make a drive. Just moving it and making the defense work more is always good.
Appreciate it, Trent.
Great
Thanks,
game.
man. Big time. Start us off with a statement.
Okay. I'm proud of my guys. I thought they competed for the most part for all 40 minutes tonight. I thought there was great energy, and the bench came in and made a difference tonight. I thought Trent played really well on the defensive side of the ball. He got some big stops. He was physical, guarding the ball, and I think that gave us a great lift. And then, I thought Eric had his most complete game out of the 9 games that we've had so far. I thought he was locked in every single possession, and the ball was moving tonight. Lance and Eric did a good job sharing it. And the guys, have stepped in and shot it with confidence. And, we got to play that way offensively. I thought we pushed the pace a little bit more. We played a little bit smaller, and that helped us. But for the most part, I'm really pleased with the energy because we, knew how good Norfolk State was, and they've been in a lot of games against a lot of good teams. And, the guys came out and they were ready to compete.
How well do you feel like your team is adjusting to what you want them to do offensively? Making a decision in half a second. You're still playing with 3 true freshmen out there for a lot of the time.
Yeah, they're getting better at it. We still had some bad possessions and probably too many turnovers tonight. Not probably, we did have too many turnovers tonight. And it's going to be a process, and we work at it every single day, and we're going to continue to work at it. And at times it looks really good. When the ball moves and it changes sides and everyone touches it and we get good shots. And then sometimes when we get stagnant and the ball sticks, that's when we have some bad possessions.
With 21 assists, 15 turnovers, that's not bad for the whole team.
Yeah, the 21 assists is good. We always try to set a goal plus 15 assists minus 10 turnovers. So we want to always be lower than 10 turnovers. But the 21 assists is great. It's great. It means guys are stepping in their shots. We're not taking tough 2s or tough 3s. And we got to be that type of team where we can get 20-plus assists.
You talk about progression of your freshmen, 45 points, 19 rebounds out of them tonight.
Yeah, Marcus has been playing at a high level the last couple games, and his rebounding, if he can rebound like that, we become a much better team. We need him to be able to rebound like that. And then, Lance is just getting more and more experience. I think he's getting more comfortable out there. I thought he played well against St. Louis. I thought he wore down a little bit in the second half against St. Louis, and I thought tonight he played more consistent throughout the whole game.
You can't say that he doesn't give his body to the game.
Yeah.
He must be having a lot of bruises.
Yeah, I mean, one of our game goals tonight was to get 3 or more charges, and we got 4 charges, and Lance took 3 of them. And that's huge for us. We got to have those 50-50 plays. We got to have those toughness plays to win games. And, you know, he gets on the floor, Trent gets on the floor, Marcus gets on the floor. So those guys, I thought, all stepped up and played well tonight.
Yeah, you don't keep a play hard chart, Brendan told me, but you would have scored pretty high on that tonight if you kept one, right?
Yeah, for sure. We keep track of the charges and 50-50 balls, and you know, it's a challenge every single game that we got to win. And you know, like I said, throughout the whole game, you know, we had bad possessions here and there and some bad defensive things, but for the most part, I thought the energy was consistent tonight.
30 shots from the arc, but I mean, it was, most of them came like later in the shot clock. They weren't early shots. Is that something that you're okay with?
Yeah, I still want them to attack more, end the shot clock, and not settle. You know, I think, I don't know what it would be in terms of what we shot from step-in threes, catch-and-shoot threes. You know, I imagine it would probably be, you know, 14 for 22 or something like that. You know, I think we get in trouble sometimes when we take off the dribble threes or instead of getting to the basket and getting paint touches. So we still got to do a better job executing at the end of shot clock.
St. Louis tried to take away your three-point shot, but you've seemed like you do have a lot of weapons that can make it consistently. Does that have to be a big part of your offense, or what part of the offense does it have to be for you?
Yeah, I mean, it starts with us getting downhill and getting to the paint, and then making good decisions once we get to the paint. And you know, I thought tonight, like I said, I thought Eric did a really good job of kicking it out when he got to the paint, and so did Lance, and that sets up our threes. And if they take that away, that'll set up another closeout, another drive situation for us. So we got to get paint touches to, you know, be able to operate effectively.
And Barrett drew 2 fouls early,
Yeah.
but Brendan played pretty well, and
Yeah.
your subs played pretty well.
Yeah, Brendan did a good job in the first half, and then Carrington did a good job. He played a little bit. You know, we were switching a little bit with everyone. We went a little bit smaller, and they adjusted to it well and opened up the floor a little bit more for us offensively as well.
Was Jeremic injured, or was he okay?
Yeah, he had a slight hamstring yesterday, so he's recovering from that. Hopefully he'll be ready to go for Southern Miss.
Did you feel like Carrington moved pretty well? I thought he looked pretty good out there today.
Yeah, it's going to be a process with Carrington. You know, the more reps he gets in practice, the more game experience he gets. It's not going to happen overnight, but I thought he looked more comfortable today than he did against SLU, and hopefully, you know, that will progress as the season goes on.
And what do you like about Trent's confidence? You play him a lot of minutes, but he doesn't turn it over, and he's
Yeah.
starting to shoot it a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, he's a really good shooter. He's one of our hardest workers. And like I said, tonight, his defensive presence was great. I mean, he took a charge, he stopped drives, and, you know, he blocks out. He's a tough kid, and, you know, that's what I like about him.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thanks, guys.